Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. So this is the video we just did. It's a Patreon exclusive, touching on some touchy subjects. But, if you don't know, you might want to know, because there's a lot of stuff still going on in this big awakening. And there's so many people that believe they're awake, but they're still sleepwalking. Lots of big revelations to be had.
Lots to do still.
Oh, we got a long way to go, kids. A long way to go. Mysterious cosmic rays blast Earth with record-breaking energy. Scientists have detected cosmic rays with jaw-dropping 40 TeV of energy, the highest ever recorded. Spotted by Namibia's Hess Observatory, researchers traced the powerful particles using faint blue Cherenkov radiation trails, but their origins remain a mystery. Yes, this is all a sign of the times and what's to come. But what is to come? Well, I go back to the past, and this is an old article from almost 10 years ago talking about something that happened even farther back, August 16th, 1987, 28 years ago. At that point in time, so now we're talking add 9 more years to that, 37 years ago, a day for worldwide meditation, music, and dance. It was the Harmonic Convergence, brainchild of art historian Jose Arguelles. The convergence was based on the ancient Mayan calendar and on a relatively rare alignment of the planets. If we play our cards and our flutes and our wind chimes right, we could be in for a new age of peace and love. Yes, absolutely. There was something that changed. And, this person here says, I had an inner calling to go to Mount Shasta. I've always felt the urge to go to Mount Shasta, and me and Cindy did it. Yay! And we did also go over to Sedona shortly thereafter. And both of those are amazing places of converging ley line type of energies. And you could feel amazing connections with a lot of different densities in both places. For me, honestly, I do think if I was to look at my awakening point, it would be about here. It would be right around this time when I think I mentally shifted gears and, started up my regular practices, meditative practices, at a much higher, more serious level, and have pretty much stayed with it, ebbing and flowing throughout the years as time goes on. But that was key for me. It really, really was. It was a key time.
Well, it's a very interesting time. And when something like this happens, when you have a release of energy to this magnitude, it's like it doesn't really stop. It's like the energy magnifies and a wave is started and the ripples are still going today. So I think that's the most interesting part about it. Is this the only change? Is this the only time this is going to happen? No, absolutely not. But what this is doing, it seems to have seeded more events similar to this in upcoming times.
And this is Chaco Canyon, which, recently Greg Braden had an issue and it wasn't Greg Braden, it was Graham Hancock, was kind of shut down from here. Another ley line area, another very, very interesting area. So I bring that up because I really think there was this acceleration of energies that was starting somewhere around there that has picked up steam. Actually, in retrospect, I think we could look even farther back into maybe the 1870s, maybe even 1860s, to see the first waves of energy coming in. And then the whole flower child thing in the 60s, what that was they knew what was coming. And so what did the system do? The system made it all about mind-altering chemicals instead of a spiritual awakening. This is just how the system works. Here at Live Scientist, you see the article that the first tweet was talking about Again, there is cosmic energy coming in. It is a sign of what's to come. Now, the control system is going to portray things that are good as being terrifying and scary. That's just what they do. And in reality, these are signs of the true freedom from the Kali Yuga, because we are going to be hit with energy, and we are being hit with energy that is awakening our latent DNA. We've had our DNA turned off by the control system. Again, there is proof of that in our second chromosome. It's fused. That doesn't happen in nature. Somebody fused that chromosome. We can look to the human hominid family tree here on Earth, and we see one dead end after another. And, of course, that missing link, which comes from the stars. In reality, we have been very, very tampered with in more ways than one. And, in fact, we're in a dark matrix that resides within a natural matrix, which is benevolent. The dark matrix is not benevolent. Oh, no. And it is AI controlled. Yet, what you're seeing here, this is the energy from the original creator and from the source of all that is coming to literally blast away that dark matrix. The dark matrix days are numbered. Oh, they know this. That's why they had Agenda 21, Agenda 2030. And, again, the timing is key. We still have a ways to go. We still have perhaps another couple of decades to go before this energy gets to the point where the dark matrix no longer can, operate here on what we view as 3D Earth.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a really interesting energy, and what's coming to me is Arcturians energy. They are master healers. And as we look at ourselves, we look at the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and we know that there is going to be a new world around those two energies. I think the problem lies where the divine masculine and divine feminine are so extremely traumatized. You can bring two of these energies together and they can help heal, but at the same time, you can bring a masculine and feminine energy together and they are not ready yet, and they can tear each other down even further. So it's about it's the new world is not going to come in by just one or the other energy. No, it's about these two energies working together, creating a brand new energy.
Cosmic rays. Cosmic rays are high energy particles produced by the sun. And again, all those stars out there are suns. And then you have the stellar explosions, supernovas, and we have spinning neutron stars called pulsars, and other quote-unquote unknown sources. Again, the part that science misses is they totally don't understand the ether. They don't understand life force, ki, chi, prana, vril. They don't understand things which is purposeful, because if they did share their knowledge, again, I should probably rephrase that in that they don't want us to understand, the things that can unleash our human potential. And this is going to unleash our human potential. So this is an article that talks also about Earth being slammed by ultra-powerful goddess particle, cosmic ray. We have no idea where it came from. The oh my god particle, first detected in 1991. They have no idea where it came from. Well, again, ultimately, consciousness creates this realm for consciousness to have an embodied experience and explore. We are not naturally embodied like we are now. This is a temporary experience. We hope you are enjoying your human experience. We've literally heard this from the guides. This is your human experience. We don't want to interfere with that. This is something else that the guides have told us. Now, going through trying times and times that seem very dark and terrifying and scary, they've tried to comfort us. But again, if they tell us outright exactly all there is to this, then what's the point of having the experience in the first place? But the cycle of the Yugas is part of the original plan for the 3D universe that we see here. And it is, again, something that was created by that being which we might call God, and be pretty accurate with if we think of it as the creator of this universe. However, it's not, again, what's portrayed in the Old Testament at all. No, again, and also we don't need any sort of dogma or anybody to help us to find the creator and the source of all. Everything is within you. You just simply have to look and to tap into it. This energy is going to do exactly that. It's going to help us to feel the connectedness, to feel the oneness of all things. This energy is going to wipe away all the illusion of separateness to a degree, again, because we're still transversing these densities, and there's a long way to go between a 3D Earth type of experience and the cosmic oneness that exists out there. And it is purposeful. It's for learning and for growth and for exploration. They use the term goddess particle, and yeah, absolutely. We are all within the body of the one goddess energy, the divine feminine.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a time where there's going to be an enormous amount of healing, and that can look many different ways for you in your life. A lot of challenges, many things coming up, many times in your life. Is this cyclical? Is this a time that you are looking at that you need to make a decision for you? And are you going to make, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get what you've always got? Is it time to put your foot down? Is it time to say, hey, no, I'm going to do what's best for me this time? And that's not always easy. Sometimes what's best for you has to do with those around you, or those that support you, or sometimes what's best for you is maybe reconnecting with family. Maybe it's reconnecting with friends, maybe it's making amends, but it's definitely about soul searching and healing yourself, as you are a divine individual, and we've come here with separate energies to come together. Now, the oneness of all is very, very beautiful, but coming here to experience the separateness is something that we should also very much embrace, because we want to stay in the here and now as much as possible.
Then we have Dr. Paul LaViolette's Galactic Superwave theory. So back in the 60s, this was coming to pass, and it talks about the sun sneezing, and Diehold Foundation and Suspicious Observers Ben have talked about this at length, and there are those that believe what's coming is basically like the movie Knowing, where things are fried, or it's like the movie 2012, where there's gigantic tidal waves. You better get to Mount Everest, if you want to survive. I think Ben, Suspicious Observers, pegged Colorado, New Mexico as perhaps the only places here in the United States. And somewhere in Mongolia as being a top place to survive these times. We don't see it like that at all. And in fact, when we remote viewed the Texarkana area, Arkansas, Louisiana area in 2050 and 2100, we see it looking, not too different than now, except for the fact that everything is lusher. There's a lot more growth and green. Even these areas are pretty green right now. It does seem to be a lot less populated. It feels very, very different. What they're thinking is coming is some sort of blast that comes about every 10,000-12,000 years. Again, we get into the whole theory of the Yugas, and we have found that each Yuga is vastly different from the other. I mean, it's quite a bit different in many ways. And again, in the Kali Yuga, we just don't know anything. We're totally in the dark as far as there's a total lack of knowledge, a lack of understanding how the universe works, and everything is intentionally very, very dark and oppressive. Yet in the Bronze Age, we find ourselves understanding we're not alone, interacting with other ETs, people from other places, understanding there's different densities around us, and people are walking through us all day long, every day, from different densities. We're sharing the same space, just at different frequencies, like a radio dial, again, switching channels, with countless beings. This is a reality that's layered, one layer upon the other, upon the other. So what you see is they look to glass, or what looks to be high-heated fusion-type glass around the world as a byproduct, and there's other chemical markers too of these blasts, and think that we're going to be scorched. But you have to realize there is some truth in the Bible, and that quote, "Lo, I will tell you a secret, we shall not all die, but we shall all be changed." Yes, again, it is all about changing in the cycle of the Yugas. And we are going to go to a different density. So what's going to happen is there is going to be a progression of these influxes of galactic energy waves coming in, as well as our sun being our own neighborhood trigger. And it is right now changing your body. The energies from the sun right now, today, it's changing your body.
And the cosmic waves are ongoing, and it's not going to be just one big smashing wave where everyone's going to get fried. That makes me sad that there's so much fear out there, fear of the sun. That's just not happening. What's happening is we are evolving in a way. Our DNA is awakening. We are awakening. Consciousness is coming together. Dimensions are collapsing on each other. If anything's scary, I think that's a little bit concerning, because then you need to start discerning, well, what's tampering with my dimension here? There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of people having really strange experiences that they absolutely cannot explain. So, that's just something that shouldn't be feared. Just paid attention to and understand that there's more out here than what you see in the 3D. This world is made up so much more of things that you cannot see than things that you can see.
And we've talked about Peter Dunov many times in many videos. Maybe it's been a year now since we've talked about him. But before Paul LaViolette's theory of galactic superwave, he described just that, but in a different sense. He was definitely somebody who could channel energies, and Cindy has been able to contact him on the other side. He gave this prophecy that he says some decades will pass before this fire will come. What fire? It's going to be the fire that washes away the vestiges of the Kali Yuga. So let me go back to here. During the passage of time, the consciousness of man traversed a very long period of obscurity. This phase, which the Hindus call the Kali Yuga, is on the verge of ending. We find ourselves today at the frontier between the two epochs, that of the Kali Yuga and the New Era. This is from 1944. So we have stepped out of the Kali Yuga now. That was actually April 7th of this particular year, 2024. A gradual improvement is already occurring in the thoughts, sentiments, and acts of humans, but everybody will soon be subjugated to divine fire that will purify and prepare them in regard to the new era. Thus man will raise himself up to a superior degree of consciousness, indispensable to his entrance to the new life. This is what one understands by ascension. Some decades will pass before the fire will come that will transform the world by bringing it a new moral. This immense wave comes from cosmic space and will inundate the entire earth. All those that attempt to oppose it will be carried off and transferred elsewhere. Although the inhabitants of the planet do not all find themselves at the same degree of evolution, the new wave will be felt by each one of us and this transformation will not only touch the earth, but the ensemble of the entire cosmos. The best and only thing that man can do now is to turn towards God and improve himself consciously to elevate his vibratory level so as to find himself in harmony with the powerful wave that will soon submerge him. The fire of which I speak that accompanies the new conditions offered to the planet will rejuvenate, purify, reconstruct everything. The matter will be refined, your hearts will be liberated from anguish, troubles, incertitude, and they will become luminous. Everything will be improved, elevated, the thoughts, sentiments, and negative acts will be consumed and destroyed. Your present life is a slavery. It's a heavy prison. Understand your situation and liberate yourself from it. I tell you this, exit from your prison is really sorry to see so much misleading, so much suffering, so much incapacity to understand where one's true happiness lies. It's not in the acquisition of things. It's not, in all the goals that they give us in this, Kali Yuga goals, which is all about materialism and, the elevation of the ego. No, it's to be found in love and compassion and joy and sharing. And this is all signs of this. It's coming. It is. We are changing every day. We are changing. As long as we continue to strive to stay organic, attach yourself to the earth because she is ascending. So root and ground, have a daily meditative spiritual practice. There is nothing more important than that.
No, there's not. That's the most important thing. And definitely root, ground, and express your love for everything. Express your gratitude. Express harmony. Just express all good things that you have to offer. Because when you put that out there, the world gives it back to you.
Look at this koala mother. This is the divine feminine, and that's how much she loves us.
And doesn't it look cozy and comfortable and warm and inviting?
Yes, absolutely. We're going home. That's the bottom line. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.